Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it is Monday. It's March 16th. This will be our chart lesson for today, and I guess I say that, but there's not going to be a chart lesson today. Um, this is going to be real short and sweet today. I'm not going to say a whole lot. Um, Another crazy day. We had a couple of we bounced a little. We opened up with trading halted, limit down, rallied considerably. I mean, that was a pretty nice rally from 23.50 all the way to 25.50. That's a 200-point rally, and uh, happened pretty quickly after the open, and really less than 2 hours. So, and then we sold all that off in a little two-legged move down. Um, I was out. I had a just to make a long story short, I had to go have a checkup for any of you that are fairly new. I've had a detached retina a little over a year ago, and I had a doctor's appointment today, and of course they dilated my eyes, and so I haven't been able to see the chart today. I can't see it very good now, to be honest with you. So I'm not even going to try to do a chart lesson today, and I did not trade today, not really because of my eye appointment, because that wasn't until after lunch, but mainly because the market was, locked limit down into the regular open, and I just think it's pretty dangerous to be trading right now. Um, we'll see what tomorrow brings, but I'm not sure what was going on this afternoon. When I opened the chart a minute ago, there was no movement. So um, I don't know if it was the market was closed again on some kind of lockdown on another limit order. I haven't had a chance to really look at it yet, but when we did start moving, within just a couple of minutes, we moved over 30 points, and then now we've taken it all back again. So not sure what was going on there, if we were locked limit down again or something. It seems odd that we were, because it's usually off the highs. It's usually based off the prices from the day before, and I don't know if that was enough. This was the high today. Actually, I guess the high is up here, so maybe that would be enough to lock it limit down. I don't know, but it was closed. There was no movement, and it looked like it was actually closed for a few minutes when I first opened up, sat down and looked at the chart. But and all of a sudden it just started moving like crazy. So, and you can see in just the last little 5 minutes or so here, these two bars have been wild and crazy. So I'm not sure if we were locked limit down again or what. Seems hard to believe that that's the case based on looking at the chart here, but I may be missing something. So it scared me for a minute, because I thought maybe they've decided to go ahead and close the markets, but I don't think that's the case. So I'll have to look at the news here in a minute, but really the only thing I'm going to show you is just what I saw today. We had this little rally and another leg down. I don't think it would be possible to get a measured leg down, because I think it would trigger too many of the circuit breakers. But there would be your first leg, and to get a measured leg, we're looking at prices trading all the way down to 22.50 or so. Uh, I'm guessing there probably is a measured leg on these two. There's your first leg, and then that's where leg two would be. And you can see we basically got a perfect measured leg down. Um, so yeah, we had the limit down lock. Market was closed. We reopened. We bounced about 50%, and then had two more legs, two measured legs down. So we didn't make a new low here, um, but we may before it's over here. I keep seeing articles, people posting that it's, the market's starting to get right to buy. And, you know, in a normal market, I would agree. When it starts to sell off this crazily, it's just a matter of time before you get a huge bounce. And I mean, you can't say that's not a huge bounce there, to be honest with you. So if you'd have bought down here this morning, taking a chance, you could have made a couple of 100 points in an hour. So I'm not going to say that there aren't going to be some buying opportunities, because there will, but I'm not convinced this is done and over with yet. So I'm going to say trade with caution and be very careful, and don't believe everything you read. So, um, and that's the way I'll leave it. So I don't want anybody to miss out on the trade trade the opportunity of a lifetime because we're probably going to get one here before this is over. But the hard part is determining when this downtrend and this craziness is going to be over. And it's, until it starts heading the other way consistently, you're not going to know that. So um, just be careful buying, because if you get locked in on one of these limit trades and and then when it does open, it gaps against you, you're going to be in serious trouble. So just keep that in mind. If we start getting towards, what I would say, if we start trading during the day anywhere near um, a circuit breaker level, stay out till we're trading well away from that, so that you've got plenty of room, that you don't have any issues like that. And because that could be very serious. But one other thing I wanted to just throw out there, I'm not going to say a whole lot at this point. I'm going to give these guys opportunity to do the right thing. But it was brought to my attention, as first I heard about it was today. Somebody asked me if I knew about the two guys that were selling my materials, and of course I didn't know what they were talking about. So they sent me the links. I went and investigated them. There's two young guys claiming to be stock trading experts that are basically just selling my materials. They just repackaged them, and they didn't even change the wording. I mean, they're using the same terminology, same everything. And as far as them making videos and showing what we do and talking about what we do and all that, I don't care about that. But I'm not very happy to see that they repackage my materials and selling them for $395. So if you get sucked into that, or if you see that, just know that there's they're not legitimate. That's all I'm gonna say at this point, because they were buying materials from me less than 2 months ago. So and now they're selling my materials. So to say they're stock trading experts, and they look like they're probably 20 years old a piece, something like that. They look like a couple of college kids out in Seattle, somewhere like that. So. And I've got nothing against anybody trying to teach trading or anything like that. You never hear me mention any other trading people. I don't talk about them. I don't talk back. I don't give them any opinion on them because I don't care. But when they start taking my materials and taking our stuff and repackaging it and tripling the price on it, well, then I care. And so I'm getting involved in this one. And I don't know if you guys are listening today, but if you are, or if any of you out there are listening, know who they are. I'm going to give them a fair chance to take it down and do away with it. And otherwise, I may end up taking some legal action against them just because it's wrong, and because they're taking advantage of people, and I just think it's wrong. So again, if they want to sell something, if they want to teach something, that's fine. But don't be teaching my stuff and claiming to be experts when you were buying it from me just less than 2 months ago. So I've got a problem with that. So I know they're not trading experts, and for them to be claiming that and teaching my stuff and not even having the gall to at least change the wording or something. I mean, I don't know how smart these guys are. I mean, they're probably a couple of smart guys, but they're not as smart as they should be if they're, they don't realize that they're heading down a very steep, slippery slope, and they're going to be in legal trouble before it's over. And not because I'm worried about anybody stealing my business or anything like that. I think you should understand why, if somebody takes my materials and repackages them and triples the price on them and trying to sell them to people, I'm not going to be happy about that. So, again, that's all I'm gonna say about it for now. I'm gonna give them a fair shot to take it down, and if it's not, then you'll probably be hearing more about it. So anyway, that's really about all I'm gonna do today. And I can't see the screen really well, and there's no way I'm gonna sit here and try to point out any trades or go into any real in depth. I may back out here just so you can see my channel working down here and kind of see my short-term trends. And you can see them here. Channel working down. And the only thing I really did this afternoon was draw this trend line right here. The rest of this I did before I actually went to I think I might have drawn this one too after I got back. No, it's 1 o'clock. So This was the only one I drew after the fact, but that one's pretty simple to see right there. So the rest of this was all done before I left the office today. And again, I did not trade today. Um, I just didn't, with the market opening up, being limit down at the open, I just, I didn't, and we weren't really doing anything here. I was afraid we were just going to kind of be stuck sideways and trade back down again. So, um, but just be careful based on what I told you earlier with the limit down and, the possibility of getting locked out and being in a trade. You just don't want that to happen to you. And they did, I know my broker anyway, um, I actually have more than one broker, at least a couple of them. I got an email saying that we went back to um, double. They did away with the full. Once we traded off that lot limit down, and that's why they raised it when it gets down to that point, because they know that people are not smart about their trading and that there's a chance they might get locked into a trade and the market reopen and gap and cost those people a lot of money or something. So that's why they raised those margin limits the way they did to full margin limits, because this is, when you get to a limit lock level down where it sets off the circuit breakers, you're basically trading almost a market that's trading, you're basically carrying trades overnight again. So that's what you got to be concerned about, because there could be a gap or something crazy happen, and they could actually, they know people could get in a lot of trouble. So once we safely traded away from that, they just went back to double margins again. And as far as I know, we're just trading double margins right now. Again, I'm not sure what happened here a little earlier while we were closed right here, but I know it was closed because your bid and usually when they close, you'll see the bid and the ask prices gap considerably, and I'm going to say there was a couple of point gap there and nothing was moving. So I know the market was halted for some reason. I just don't know why. It was kind of odd. So, but you can see now that we're moving again, and I'm not sure what happened unless we triggered another circuit breaker there, or maybe I don't know what happened. So if any of you know, you might comment on the video here, and if I feel like it when we get done with this video, I may go look at it and just see if I can see what was going on. So, but you can see this thing is just, this is after hours, and look at this thing. Just be real careful. I wouldn't trade these after hours at all because the volume's so thin, and it wouldn't surprise me if the government's not coming in and trying to buy after hours to drive it back up when the volume's low, just to try to keep this thing from tanking too bad, plunge protection team, whatever you want to call it, whatever the theories are, um, it wouldn't surprise me at all if they're not trying to do something like that to prop this thing up. So, I'm not going to get into those theories and spread rumors or anything, but nothing would surprise me. I just know that after hours, the volume is very, very thin, and you should be careful. So, especially with it moving like this. So, generally, I don't recommend trading after hours, except from about, you might even can start as early as 6:30 Central Standard Time in the mornings, but generally I like to start about 7. I know the volume's pretty good then, and things are, it's pretty safe to trade from about 7 o'clock on. You don't have to wait till the 8:30 regular session open, but I wouldn't trade much earlier than 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So keep that in mind. And anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. It's about all I'm up for doing today. I can't see anything really well. I'm really struggling to see. They dilated my eyes as well on top of that, everything else. And so I'm struggling to see this thing right now. But anyway, we'll be back again tomorrow. I'm hoping that maybe we might there's no limit downs or anything tonight, and we get some movement tomorrow and get a chance to trade. Make a few trades tomorrow. You don't have to take many. If you catch one good trade like this, you can make a week's worth of normal trading in one trade if you get lucky and catch the right one. So, and there's been a lot of those. So when this thing started coming back down, there's several opportunities here. So, and actually on the way up, there were a few opportunities. Man, I'd just be scared to buy this thing knowing that we were limit down. I know, I've been doing this long enough to know that this will give you some great opportunities to catch some bounces, but I just don't know if it's worth trying to risk it, unless you get a real strong confirmed trend in the other direction. So, and this is a pretty good trend working up here, but I don't know. I'm a little leery of it. So, um, I may sit on the sideline again tomorrow. I just don't know yet. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to drag this out. Um, we'll be back again to do it tomorrow to talk about something. Not sure what yet, but hopefully maybe we'll talk about some good news here instead of all this negativity. So, um, but this virus has got everybody on edge, and I don't know what to believe anymore. Um, you see our actions on one end; our actions just don't seem to fit um, what we're being told 100% to me. So, and if you look at what's going on in Europe, I don't know if any of y'all overseas are still here right now. But if you are, maybe you'll comment. Is this thing real? Are we being lied to over here, and it's really as bad as some of the stories we hear over there, or is it being overblown? That's one way we might could find out for sure. If any of y'all out there overseas are actually watching still, since you're stuck at home, maybe you're staying on top of the markets and you're still trading, or at least you're still watching the videos. And if that's so, if there's any of y'all in Europe that can comment and tell us if this is real, or if we're being lied to, or if our government's not taking it serious enough, I'd be interested to hear anything like that. So please comment if you're out there, and if you're over there in Italy or Europe or anywhere um, across the pond, so to speak. Just let us know what your thoughts are and what you're seeing over there based on what we're being told here. So. But otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again tomorrow. Again, I don't know as long as they don't close everything down here in the U.S. and shut us down, and I'll probably be back to the office every day, even if I don't trade. So we'll see what happens. But we'll be back tomorrow unless we're told we can't leave the house or something like that, some of the stuff that's going on elsewhere. But for now, that hasn't happened here, and that's why I question are we really getting the whole story here? How serious should we be taking this? So, any comments appreciated. I'm done for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.